Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your spirit guide message reading for you with being overwhelmed, overstressed, and obstacles to overcome, because this is so prevalent for our world right now. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much for doing so. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, fantastic. So let's see what spirit has to say. We are crowned with the Seven of Pentacles, patience. So what's interesting is Aries, we don't always have the best patience, right? And like just like any other human being, but the Seven of Pentacles is like, be patient. What you are working so hard for, it's not in vain. You really do have fantastic things ahead of you, fantastic prosperity. Now, this is wealth or what you value as much as money. So be aware of this. That is going to be very important. We then have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is carrying a huge burden, and you have been carrying a huge burden and only able to see the dirt on your shoes. And this is going to be a time where we say, I'm releasing. I'm releasing everything I'm carrying that's my burden, but I'm also releasing everything that I'm carrying that are burdens for others. And I'm seeing myself stand tall. This is going to be a time, Aries, where you need not say, like, oh, don't worry, I got this. Like, oh, don't worry, I'll got this. I'll take care of this. I'll do this. I'll do that. This is going to be a time where people have to carry their burdens, where you have to say, what do I want to create? What do I want to cultivate? Because you're going to spend a lot of your time trying to kind of like soothe things over. The Eight of Cups. This is going to be something that needs to be walked away from. So the Eight of Cups is reversed here. So there's something we're going to need to walk away from that we're not quite ready to release. Now, this could be something big. It could be like a relationship. It could be work. It could be, something big like that. But it can also be something small, like seeing yourself in a certain way, seeing yourself always bogged down, or seeing yourself as never achieving your goals, never, moving forward the way that you want to, the way that you need to, type of thing. There is going to be a change that for others looking in, it might be huge or it might be very, very small. They might not even see it, but you yourself, it is going to be one of the most powerful things you do for yourself. It moves us then to Justice reverse. Now, this is Libra energy. Okay. Time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. That can be a bit of a sticky wicket time frame for us. But if we have Libra in our chart, if we have Libra in our life, okay, this can be an energy where it's just not as balanced. And Libra is also our sister sign. So we can get along absolutely swimmingly with Libras, like fantastically, or not very well at all. So just being aware of this during this time is, again, going to be very important for us. But this is Libra reverse. This is Justice reverse. Not everything is fair. And that sounds like a silly thing to say because we know that cognitively we are well aware of this. But it is also going to be a time where we're like, oh, not everything is fair. And we're going to have that highlighted to us in ways that we didn't think it needed to be highlighted, or we didn't think, you know, we didn't think of it. And then it comes through and it's like, oh, well, I just didn't see it like that. With the Page of Swords, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We need to connect with our inner child, and we need to connect with the voice of our inner child. That is going to be very important. For one reason or another, that inner child voice, we've muted it. We've said, not listening to you. And this is going to be a time where we need to. We're also going to be students. We're going to be students of our voice. We're going to be students of what we desire, of our mind, of, kind of, not kind of, but of learning our talent and our skill. The sword is the only weapon in the whole entire tarot. And the sword is also a weapon of nobility. You could only have a weapon in medieval times. If you were a noble, yes, there are certain circumstances where that isn't true. But for the majority, you could only have a sword when you were a noble. And you spent your whole life learning it. It wasn't something you could pick up and be instantaneously fantastic at. You had to learn it, and it was dangerous. And this is also kind of like a metaphor for knowing our mind, knowing ourself, knowing our voice. It is something we are constantly learning. It is something that has tremendous power, and we don't always see it. So during this time, there is going to be that blockage with our inner child, connecting with our voice. Also, Spirit is going to be talking to us a lot. we're not listening. Why? Because we're very focused on the here and the now. And it's like, Spirit, unless you have the winning lottery numbers, I don't want to hear this. So just be aware of that energy. The Nine of Swords, this is worry, this is doubt, this is fear. We can spend the rest of our life in the Nine of Swords. I mean, it'll be very easy, and it is very easy to do this, to not be able to sleep at night, to be overwhelmed. And what's hard with the Nine of Swords is that others don't see it. Other people see you as this beautiful person here carved on the bed, right? As having it all or having it figured out. And you see you and you see all the warts, you see all the imperfections, but people don't see that. And it is going to be a very hard thing to be going, and it is a very hard thing to be going through struggles and not have people say, oh my gosh, let me be here for you, or let me help ease the load. You might have to say to people, listen, I'm having a hard time right now. I am overwhelmed right now. Please, be aware of this. So with the Nine of Swords, there's going to be worry that keeps us up at night. There's going to be a sense of fear. There's going to be a sense of, I can't. This is all relevant. It's all prevalent to our existence and our being. Know that it can destroy us. And we have to be aware of that. We have to say, it's not just, it's not fair, and I need to walk away from the worry and the fear. And that is going to be important. We have the Page of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If we're born on the cusp with Pisces, if we have, water sign energy in our chart, water sign energy in our life, this comes through very powerfully. It is also student energy, right? Connecting with our heart. It is going to be easier for us to connect with the power of like, oh my gosh, I love this when I was little type of energy, than giving our inner child a voice, standing in power of ourselves, of seeing us, of embracing what we want, what we need, how we need to move forward for us. So just know that we'll be really drawn to things that brought us tremendous joy when we were small. But hearing our voice and hearing what we needed from when we were small, that is going to be trickier for us. So being aware of that is going to be super important. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a rain cloud in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. And let's see here what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is purposeful. We need to be filled with purpose for ourselves, for our soul, for what we want, for how we're moving forward. This is a time where we are filled with purpose, but we need to see that purpose. It's almost like we were operating on autopilot and we didn't realize the purpose of it. We're just like, well, that's just what I do. But then when we start to say, but this is my purpose, it changes the vocabulary around it. It changes the way that we see it, and it changes the way that we see ourselves. And that is going to be a very powerful, very relevant thing. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Here we have angels and masters. These are our angels and spirit guides. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is us being blessed. Like, we are blessed, even though we are overwhelmed, overstressed, overworked. Like the Nine of Swords just reiterates how stressed we actually are. Our angels have us. Our angels are cradling us in their hands, in their wings, like wrapping their wings around us. Our spirit guides are right there with us. There is power. There is tenacity here. There is brilliance. And we need to absolutely embrace it without a moment's hesitation. We then have our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Two of Wands. So we need to be mindful of the fact that, yes, doors are closing. We need to be aware of that, and that the doors that close, they might be setbacks in the moment, but they are not going to be as big a setback as we think they are. So being aware of that is going to be a very powerful thing. With the Two of Wands also, there can be doors that are opening to us where people are saying, oh, you should moving in this direction, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. That's not really going to be relevant to us. So don't get caught up in other people's excitement. Kind of step back and say, okay, what is right for me? Where do I need to be? That is going to be an important thing. The Seven of Pentacles is saying be patient. And you might be saying, Dean, I don't want to be patient anymore. I can't be patient anymore. You don't know how much time you have left. Grab the bull by the horns. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you also have to be patient with yourself. It's just a funny thing to say where you say, seize each day. There we go. I can say that. Go after everything that you want. Never rest. Never stop. But here, you're going to find that spirit is making you slow down. There are going to be certain things that happen, and they're going to make you slow down. With the Seven of Pentacles, show yourself grace. You are creating prosperity, wealth. What you value as much as money is coming forward. Show yourself grace. And that is going to be a very important thing. We're crowned with patience. Do we like patience? No, we do not. But it is going to be an important thing to know. With the 10 of Wands, we carry a tremendous burden. And this is going to be a time, because also we're not walking away from something where it's over. It's unjust. It's not connecting with the voice that we want to bring forward into the world. It's making us feel small. When you're a kid and other people can tell you what to do and you feel bullied and you feel small and you're like, I just can't wait to be an adult. That's the type of energy that's around here. So just be aware of that. Like, I can't wait to be in control of situations. And there's a situation that's going on where even though you're being piled and piled and piled with work to do, people are expecting so much of you. It's like to the point of breaking, but it's not just, it's not fair, and it's not right. So just be aware of this during this time, Aries, that there is a power to you, that there's a tenacity to you, that you are going through a time that isn't necessarily ideal, but it is going to be a time where, like, you're being forged. You are being forged. Like a sword is forged, like a diamond is created. You are becoming something spectacular. And remember, a diamond is created by a piece of coal being put under a tremendous amount of pressure for a tremendously long period of time. It either crumbles away or it becomes a diamond. Same thing with a sword. You put that piece of metal into a forge, into this burning hot oven that's astounding, right? And you take it out, and I don't know if you cool it first. No, you start hammering it, right? And then you cool it. Oh my gosh. The metal can break. It could be too hot. It could be not hot enough. You could be striking it wrong. There are so many different things that can go wrong and that do go wrong. And then it's back to the drawing board. So with the amount of pressure that we've been under, it's like we're becoming that great sword, that treasured piece of art, that deadly piece of art that is extraordinary. We are becoming something priceless, but it comes at a cost. And we don't always realize that. We look at the end product of people's success and we say, okay, I want that. But we don't always see the tremendous amount of stress, the tremendous amount of burdens that people were put under. With the 10 of Wands, be mindful of what you're carrying. You're going to want to carry a tremendous amount during this time. And one of the reasons why you're feeling overwhelmed is that you're carrying the weight that others are supposed to be carrying. You can't take away their knowledge. They need to learn, right? And it isn't shoving somebody out into traffic. It is this sense of, okay, this is your responsibility. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to take care of. And it's making it very clear, and it's breaking it down very honestly. With the 8 of Cups, there's something you need to walk away from that you're not ready to yet. It's most likely around work. Okay, I see the stress here, most likely being around work or around school or some sort of obligation like that. There's something that you need to walk away from that you're not ready to yet. And again, it could be a mindset of, I'm not worthy of this promotion, or I'm not worthy of this dream, or I can't because. It brings us to a place where we start finding justice within ourselves. But we start finding that justice within ourselves by the fact that we realize some things in life are never going to be fair. It's never going to be just, it's never going to be fair, and it's never going to make sense. We are coming to that realization, and we're going to see, okay, but this is triggering this pain and this hurt that I've had since I was small, that made my voice feel worthless, that made me feel overlooked, that made me feel overwhelmed. There's a disconnect between the power of our voice and spirit and spirit. This is going to be a time where we become a student of this lesson, even though we don't want to be. we are going to be put in certain situations where we have to advocate for ourselves, or we have to, kind of push through doubts and fears and see us. And we're not going to want to, but it's going to be so important. We have a lot of worries. We have a lot of worries. We are overwhelmed. We're not sleeping well at night. We're not charging up our battery. We can find that we stay up all night, and it's just hard to put one in front of the other because we're worried, because, there's so much writing on everything. This is going to be a time where we need to look at our fears and say, I see you, but you do not get to rule me. Because being afraid of things, that's logical. We should be afraid of the bear, right? We should be afraid of things. But we weren't created to be constantly afraid, to have, dangers that we couldn't fight against. So here with the Nine of Swords, acknowledge your fears and know that it's painful. The Nine of Swords, it makes a ladder, right? The swords make a ladder, but it's a painful ladder. And so as we step out of fear, we step out of pain. But we have to see that pain first and experience that pain first. And that is going to be an intense thing. That is a powerful thing. But we're then stepping into the energy of the Page of Cups, of an energy of love, an energy of healing, an energy of saying, I don't need to have all the answers, but I have really good questions here. And I'm moving towards what I love and what I need. I'm showing up for me. I'm seeing me, and I'm embracing my heart. And that is going to be a very powerful thing. We can have, people in our lives that are children, that are a little bit immature. They don't have to be children. They could be immature adults that you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh. And they're going to teach us, some lessons we're not going to like to learn, most definitely, around the power of our voice and around the power of our knowledge. And other lessons are going to be around the power of compassion, the power of love, the power of connection. Those are going to be much more enjoyable for us, those lessons, that understanding. But the embracing our voice and also the connecting with our throat chakra, that is going to be something that is a little bit difficult for us, that can be a little bit overwhelming for us. So being aware of this is going to be an important thing. Now, our subconscious spirit message here is serenity. We need to embrace our peace. We're going to kind of think of, you know what? I need to calm down. I need to relax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a new hobby. I'm going to plan a big trip. I'm going to do something that actually winds up putting more stress on my shoulders. It's also the 10 of wands coming forward. So do be mindful about this during this time, that we need to embrace serenity and peace and just calming things down, not multitasking, doing one thing at a time, moving forward in grace, moving forward in healing, moving forward in connection. That is going to be a very important thing for us. It moves us then to our chakra energy, and this is the root chakra balance. So the root chakra is reversed, and here we have balance reversed. We don't feel in balance with ourselves. We feel out of harmony. We feel overwhelmed. So being aware of this is going to be super important for us. It's like, hey, listen, I have a blockage in my root chakra. I have a blockage around being balanced, being in harmony, around, kind of knowing what I need to ground myself, to balance myself, what my roots need. So if my roots are out of balance, I'm out of balance. It's kind of like if one part of the root system is up in a tree, like if you can see it and you can see the tree is leaning, that's not a good sign. So this is going to be a time where it's like, okay, I feel vulnerable. I feel like I can fall. I feel like things can fall apart. And that's because there's a lot of our energy, there's a lot of ourselves exposed. So just being aware of this is going to be super important during this time. Our energy to be mindful of. You know what? This is so funny because the Sun card is here reversed, and the Sun card came flying out while I was shuffling and meditating on the cards before I started this reading. And I thought, oh, that would be very interesting, if the Sun is reversed, because the Sun, Spirit said, that's their talent, and be mindful that they're not seeing their talent. So here, that's what I have to say. Spirit is saying, be mindful that you're not seeing your talent. Be mindful that this is a yes answer, right? The Sun is a yes. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. The Sun is the blessing, but we're not seeing it. So just being aware of this is going to be important. We're not necessarily seeing all the magnificent talents we have. It brings us then to the Page of Wands reversed. Now we have 3 out of the 4 pages. So this is a time, even though this isn't, time stamped, this is a time where we have a lot to learn, where we're questioning ourselves, but where we also really need to connect with our inner child. The inner child meditation, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and seeing yourself as the adult you are now, holding your arms open to the child that you once were, and letting that child walk into your arms or run into your arms, and swooping that kid up in the biggest hug and saying to them, I love you. I will always love you. You are always deeply loved and cherished. Your voice matters. I will always listen to you. And your fire and your passion is big. Yes, you can get angry, but that anger doesn't need to consume you. Embrace your tenacity, embrace your fire, embrace your passion. But move forward always in respect, kindness, and harmony of being. Because with the Page of Wands reversed, our temper can get the best of us. We can want to have temper tantrums like little kids do. Just sit there and yell and scream and kick and throw ourselves onto the floor, and it can just be too much. And that's okay. That's what the world is. It's too much at times. But we need to see ourselves when we were small. We need to see our fire. We need to see our passion. We need to embrace it as we embrace who we are, as we embrace what we love. This is a time where we stop saying, I'll be good when, and we start saying, I'm a miracle just as I am. Is it an overwhelming time? Absolutely. Is it all just and fair? No, it's not. But there is a power and tenacity and brilliance to you that is absolutely astounding. And now is time to see that within yourself, Aries. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in. Oh, and please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.